Welcome to the MLMSuccess.com podcast, the show designed to return the network marketing industry to its roots of personal growth, leadership development, and wisdom of the ages success principles. We share with you real success stories from real people that we hope will inspire and encourage you personally and help you progress forward in your business and your life. We believe if you build people, people will build the business. Now here is your host, who has been called the number one mind in network marketing, the MLM Prophet, network marketing virtual mentor, and a host of other names that we will not mention because this is a family show. Frankly, he's just a small town guy that figured out that the real product in network marketing is people. Dale Calvert.
Hey, this is Dale Calvert. I hope you've had a great week. Dawn and I want to sincerely thank you for all the emails, private messages, cards, letters, flowers, and so on and so forth in regards to her mom passing away. We sincerely appreciate it, guys. The outpouring from podcast listeners, friends, family, business associates has been overwhelming, honestly. I also want to thank those of you that have been sending me get well wishes as well regarding COVID. I have not replied to most of the DMs and emails and messages I've received or the cards. But again, I just want to thank each one of you. Dawn and I both have. It's been a real trying couple of 3 weeks here for us. I would tell you that the brain fog that you may read about regarding COVID is absolutely real. I'm no longer contagious. I went through real critical high fever levels there for a couple of weeks. Dawn was trying to get me to go to the emergency room. I wouldn't do it. But I spent 2 weeks. I didn't get out of bed, and it was very weird. It's just so strange. I've never really had anything like this. Strange, weird dreams, real deep thoughts, a constant state of exhaustion. My mind and my energy just is still zapped. And I know it affects different people different ways. I mean, I never got it in my chest, coughing real bad. I was taking the APO-Go Alt every single day. 8, 10, 12 a day. And so it never really got into my chest real bad because I was taking those like crazy my first week, and I know they helped. I'm still eating BRN, the brain, daily, and it seems to help a little bit with my ability just to function and to think. I normally budget about 8 hours a week for this podcast. This one's going to take at least 3 to 4 times longer just because of the absolutely undescribable brain fog. And, I don't want to speak with anybody. I don't want to talk with anybody. I don't even want to talk to my parents, my kids. I have some, but I just don't even want to speak with people. It's all I can do to communicate with Dawn. And she's been an unbelievable blessing for me, and she's going through all kinds of stuff personally, imaginably, herself, the death of her mom, but it just hurts to think. And that's the best way I know to describe it. My sister tested positive, has absolutely no symptoms. My brother, tested positive for COVID. He had flu-like symptoms for a couple of days, but he kept on working and he's doing fine now. Thankfully my parents have not, they've been fine. But they're doing a lot of preventative measures, with nose sprays and supplements and non-traditional treatments, which I would honestly highly recommend. So after not even being able to do or even think about doing a podcast last week, I wanted to make sure that I got this session out there because I think it's very timely. I'm going to do my very best to stay on track and not drift into la-la land. And I believe this information is going to help some people. I think it's going to be valuable for yourself or maybe a business associate that you share it with. And I know every one of you that hears this has somebody that you need to share this with, and I hope you'll do that. A couple months ago, I said, I can't remember if it's on this podcast or on a training webinar, sometime somewhere, I said that if people continue to pitch and promote this Tapestri, I would address it. And my hope is that it would blow over like most programs like this do. They kind of come and go quite often. Most of the time, we never hear too much about them. And I would tell you, I've not done a tremendous amount of research on this program. I just haven't, because number one, in my brain, I can't handle a lot of research at this point. Number two, I have no idea why it should even be necessary to do research. Number two. And number three, I feel that anyone who asks themselves smart questions and looks behind the curtain and is working their business to create career income should all come to the same logical conclusions. But for whatever reason, I don't know if there's not enough people out there focused on career income. I don't know what's going on. I don't pretend to. But I do know that I need to address this Tapestri program in this week's session, and more from a psychological perspective than a numbers perspective, which in my opinion are really more important, and we will look at the numbers. But we're talking about your time. We're talking about your time, which once you've invested it into Tapestri or any other program, it can never be recouped and it can never be recovered. And I'm going to say that again. We're talking about your time, the most valuable asset any of us have. And once you invest it in the wrong program or with the wrong people or the wrong mentor or the wrong business model, once you invest it, it can never be recouped and it can never be recovered. As I stated earlier, when people first started sending me this program, my thought was immediately, it's just narc your car all over again. And for those of you, I'm sure many of you are familiar with narc your car or remember it. Many of you aren't, I'm sure. But basically the way narc your car worked is reps entered up to 10 license plate numbers a day into a database. So when they were out at the grocery or going to work or whatever, they would write down the license plate number, the state it was from, the type of car and the color, basically. And they would go home and put it in a database. And they got paid 25 cents per car, and they could add up to 10 cars a day. And up to 30 a month, I think it was. This don't hold me to this specifically. I'm doing this by memory. So you could do it for 25 cents a day. So you're driving home from work, you write down 10 cars, colors, license plate, where it was from, license plate number, you log in, boom, 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 you upload it. You just made $2.50. You didn't sell anything to anybody. You didn't talk to anybody. You just uploaded the data. And the more people you could recruit, that initial commission could go from 25 cents a car up to it was $2 a car, because they rewarded great recruiters. Okay, so that's what they were doing there. They were rewarding great recruiters, and it was like for every 10 people you add, your commission goes from a quarter to 50 cents to 75 cents, etc., all the way up to $2. And the whole pitch was institutions that want information on vehicles will be able to go to Narc Your Car and buy data on different cars and where they are now. It's a New York license plate, but it was seen in Georgia. On Tuesday, this date, it was seen in Georgia. Now it's in Florida, and so on and so forth, for people that are trying to hunt down people that have run off with their cars, car lots, and so on and so forth. They were making cases for government agencies and so on and so forth. So if you go by what a lot of gullible reps who must have not even owned a calculator were saying, the pitch was you can earn a decent income just by jotting down a few car tag numbers and getting people to join the business. That was what you do. You get other people to join the business and you write down car tag numbers and you put it into the database every day. Just enroll and note down a few license plate details, enter them in the system. Well, this sounds like super, super simple, super, super easy. Anybody can do this. People are going to make a lot of money doing this. This is phenomenal. People never look behind the curtain. They didn't with this program. They don't with any program. If it looks simple and easy and maybe I could do it and make a few bucks, and I'm in. So, yeah, I'm in. And most people were joining this like crazy. They were setting all kinds of recruiting records. It was unbelievable. But when you really looked at the program, your investment to be part of the, to join it, to become a member, it was $100 to join. Okay. Then you paid $24.95 a month to maintain your business website. You know, the website that promoted the program and then the back end where you entered your car tags. And then commissions, you could earn 25 cents up to $2 per car that you entered into the system. And then you made $25 for every new rep that you recruited. And if you ever had a client for whatever reason that wanted to access the data, then you would get paid a commission on that as well. So when you just stop and you take a breath and you look behind the curtain and you read between the lines, the task of putting down these license details and car information and entering into the system, I mean, that seemed real easy. Anybody can do that. But since the compensation was so low, you needed to be able to do big numbers to make any money. And if you just stop and look at it, you were paying $24.95 a month for your website. Okay, you were getting paid 25 cents a car to enter it in. So you don't have to be a mental heavyweight to figure out at 25 cents a car, up to 10 cars a day, that's $2.50 a day. It's about $7.50 a month that you were making. You weren't even covering your website fees. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. And so you would need to be able to recruit. Well, you go out and you bring somebody in at 100, they give you 25, and you could work up to 50 if you recruited so many people. But basically they gave you 25, they kept 75. It was ridiculous, but it appealed to the mediocrity in people. People didn't look behind the curtain. They just, oh, this is so cool. All I have to do is write down these numbers of these car license plates and I get paid every day. There was no real market for the data. You know, it was supposed to be used by federal agencies and repossession car repo companies. Again, this thing was crazy for about a year. Then the owners disappeared with all the money. The company shut down within the first, 24 months or so. So that was the basics behind Narc Your Car. So when we look at Tapestri, is Tapestri running the same kind of shell game as Narc Your Car? My initial thoughts and still my thoughts are probably. And I really don't know. And honestly, I don't care because I just can't imagine any career-minded team builder. And that's a key term. Career-minded team builder spending time promoting this program for the reasons that we're going to discuss in this short session Listen, I don't know anything about the owner, Walter Harrison. He may be a very credible human being, a great guy. I don't know anything about him. Evidently, he's been involved in data mining for years, has no network marketing experience that anybody knows about. He may be like many, many people that join network marketing or start network marketing companies, traditional business owners, and they just have the mentality, if I build it, they will come. And then they rely on sometimes the wrong people for guidance and direction. I don't know anything about the guy. I'm going to assume he's credible and he's trying to do something of value to somebody. We'll just give him the benefit of the doubt. But the red flags, are pretty obvious in my opinion. I don't understand why everybody doesn't see them immediately and again ask themselves, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why is this question, which is very obvious, not answered? And, Tapestri claims to use their app, that people that use their app will earn $5 to $25 a month. That's what they say in everything I've seen, everything anybody sent me. You just download the app, you're going to earn $5 to $25 a month. Okay. Which is it? Which is it? I'm going to earn between $5 and $25 a month. What determines that? I don't know anybody that has given me a solid answer on what determines if a person is going to make $5 a month or $25 a month or $10 a month or $11 a month. What's going to determine that? Nobody can answer that. So the lack of transparency behind who is supporting Tapestri's data collection, who's actually using the data, in my opinion, is the number one red flag. Not the fact that they don't even tell you how much money you're going to be making from downloading the app and becoming an affiliate. They don't tell you specifically what you're going to earn, but they don't tell you who's using the information. They say financial institutions, real estate groups, agencies, brands are, in their words, lining up to buy its collected data, but they offer zero case studies or names of any clients that they have. Zero case studies, zero clients. Okay, that's a huge red flag. And, that said, I'd hate to see a ton of app users and people join the affiliate program and they get roped into this Tapestri thing. And then the FTC comes in and says, wait a minute, down the road, there's no sales of any data happening that we can see. It looks like to us you're just taking the $9.95 membership fee and paying out commissions based upon the membership fee. You're paying $5. And if a person's a really good recruiter, you're paying them a little bit more. But you're paying out $5 and then you're paying out $1 per person. And then you're doing some type of check match here. It's like, you're collecting $9.95 a month. You're paying out $7 or $8 and you're keeping the rest for yourself. There's no data being transferred. There's no data being sold. And we're shutting this thing down. I absolutely believe, I know that's what would have happened with Narc Your Car if the owners hadn't just taken the money and left and shut down shop before that happened, which is usually the way these things play out. So that's my fear. And it's just amazing to me how many people don't just look a little bit deeper sometimes and look at the past and see what's happened before and see what's been similar and then ask themselves and get questions to real important, get answers to real important questions. But let's just, for the sake of argument, give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say this is 100% above board. Walter Harrison knows exactly what he's doing. He's a data connoisseur, guru. And let's give them 100% of the doubt. And let's say that you're a affiliate marketer. You're not a team builder. You're not a network marketer, but you're an affiliate marketer. And let's say that you have a large social media following or an email list of opportunity-seeking junkies and entrepreneurs. Your business model centers more around sending emails and promoting affiliate offers. Let's just assume that's who you are. And I get that, okay? I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. I really don't. I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, during my coasting years, I had 14 different affiliate programs that each paid me $500 to $1,000 a month, with really no upkeep or anything required on my part. I mean, it was a simple $8 to $15,000 income. I sent out a couple of emails initially to promote the product or service or software, and they paid ongoing residual income. Not a lot, but when you got 14 of them paying you $500 to $1,000 a month, that's a livable income for most people. And there's a ton of affiliate programs where you don't have to involve other people. That's key for me. Where you don't have to involve other people. You do with Tapestri if you're ever going to make any money. But there's a ton of affiliate programs that provide valuable software and so forth where you don't have to involve other people in order to create a significant income. I mean, there's a lot of programs out there where, we can talk about flipping domains or selling on StockX or Amazon Kindle FBA. I could go on, where you can invest about 20 focused hours of sequential training from the right member and then take action and create cash flow. How much cash flow? That's debatable. But again, there's a lot of business models out there where you don't have to involve other people where you can do that. And, some of you remember, the high dollar course launch days, with Frank Kern and all the boys where they were selling, $2,500, $4,900, $9,700 high dollar, internet marketing courses. And there's still some of that goes on today, but not at the level that there was, 8, 10, 12 years ago. And, my problem back then was that I never joined the launch parties of all these big high dollar courses. I could have, but I never promoted a product, service, software, anything that I didn't use or didn't believe in. I was one of the top affiliates for, I can't even remember, the Amazing Selling Machine, the Amazon program. I bought it when it first came out. I think it was, I want to say $3,500 maybe, and I bought it and I loved it, and I thought it was one of the best courses I'd ever taken. It was the foundation for a lot of what we were doing at the time with Amazon FBA. And then when they came out with an affiliate program, I promoted the heck out of it and was one of the top 10 affiliates in that company promoting that program. I made, $40,000, $50,000 in affiliate commissions and won some type of, handheld iPad or something. I don't remember during the contest. But I used it and I believed in it and I thought it was very well done and very well put together. But, over the years, I've had a lot of people that want to offer me, send an email to your list. I'll pay you 100% commissions, Dale, instead of 50% or 30% or whatever they're normally paying. And it's like, look, I don't like your product. I don't like it. I don't believe in it. I'm not promoting it. I'm not doing it. I'm trying to provide value to the end consumer. That's always been my focus. It will always be my focus. I can't get away from that. But Dale, you're leaving so much money on the table. I understand. But that's not what it's about. It's not just about creating cash flow and profits. It's about providing value to the end user. So my criteria was never based upon commissions. I don't care what your commission is. All I care is what value does your product offer. And, I go back to the time we had with the Servia. And, once I understood that product and what it could do from an advertising standpoint for traditional business owners, because of getting it set up with our Wildcat Gifts program and understanding the value of that technology and the uniqueness, and really understood what that had the possibility to do, and getting excited about what it was going to do for my traditional online business and what it could do for traditional business owners. It was like fishing in a barrel for traditional business owners, and really understood the technology and what was available and the value it provided. It was a no-brainer for me to promote that on my generic webinar one night. And because I saw it as a great way for network marketers to expand their business as well, and to find customers as well as potential business builders using that technology that was provided. And, I announced that, and I enrolled 117 people in 30 days and really wasn't even trying. I was just sharing with people something I honestly believed in and saw value in. And, I talk about that in one of these podcasts. It's called How Did I Sponsor 117 People in 30 Days Without Trying? MLMsuccess.com session 80. If you haven't heard that. But, what happened for me with that is it's like, I've promoted affiliate programs in the past. I'm using this. I've got 6 units. I'm going to get 6 more. I think if you have a traditional business or an online business or you're involved in network marketing, it's a good use of your advertising budget. It's just a good use of your advertising budget. I think it makes sense. And what happened was we enrolled so many people that it created a real sense of obligation for me, because it just did. And then, but then I started to see what could be done. I mean, I could pick up a rag magazine locally here, the Cobb County Gazette or whatever, the kind of rag magazines you pick up outside the restaurants in the wire racks, are the thrifty nickel type publications, see who's advertising. And then we had a real good direct mail letter that we would send. We would cut out their ad that they were using and say, I see you're advertising here, blah, blah, blah. Here's something that I think will be a good use of your advertising budget. We send them to a video, and we were just enrolling new customers every single week. It was like fishing in a barrel. And then, of course, Google turns off the nearby notifications and totally shut down. That business was over. It was gone. I mean, with the flip of a switch, it was over. And it was disappointing. But, it had been a horror show. I mean, honestly, with that company, we met some of the most despicable human beings I've ever met in network marketing, honestly. But we also met some of the best people that I've ever met, and many who are friends today that we work with. But it was over, and, technology turned off, the game's over. So I say all that to say this: there's a difference between selling 100 affiliate products or software programs that people can use to build their existing business, to expand and grow their existing business. That's no big deal. But when you're enrolling 100 affiliates who want to build an income with the affiliate program, it's a different story from my perspective. Maybe it's not a different perspective mainstream, but it is for Dale Calvert. And I know most people who join Tapestri will be those that hope and expect to build an income with the program, not providing them support and recruiting and customer acquisition systems while again, I understand mainstream people won't be doing that, but it's not something I'm personally capable of doing. I just can't operate that way. So as we look at Tapestri, the first thing I would ask you is, are you an affiliate marketer? Are you an affiliate marketer? And the most important question I can ask you, and that you will hear me ask during this session, is, have you given up on building financial independence and a legacy income with the network marketing business model? So that would be my first question. Are you an affiliate marketer? Because I can tell you 15, 20 years ago, you ask me anytime over the last, several years, Dale, have you given up on building financial independence and legacy income with the network marketing business model? The answer would have been absolutely positively yes. The stars have to line up. They haven't lined up since A.L. Williams' Herbalife days. Of course I've given up. They haven't lined up since NSA days. And if you'd asked me, are you an affiliate marketer? I said, no, I'm a public speaker. I'm a coach. I do 2 events a month. I speak. I coach. I encourage. I guess I try to motivate. And yes, I do some affiliate marketing on the side. So here's what I would tell you. I don't know where you are. Wherever you are, I've probably been there at some point, but I do know you better know where you are. And some people haven't figured out where they are yet, what they're doing, what they're trying to do. Some people are just trying to make money online. That's it. That's the extent of their thought process on a daily basis. And that's why they're not going to get anywhere. They're not. And if you're an affiliate marketer, cool. And if you're an affiliate marketer and you don't feel a real obligation to provide the systems for customer acquisition and the systems to help people grow their network, and you just want to promote Tapestri and see what happens, cool. If that's where you're coming from, I get that. I don't say that's right or wrong. I think it's different for everybody. But I will tell you, if you haven't given up 100% on one day at some point building financial independence and legacy income with the network marketing business model, if you haven't, encouraging programs like this will taint your credibility. It will taint your credibility. And what you're going to find out, I'm going to share with you a few things that people don't think about when they look at this program, especially initially. And I've talked to so many people, and it's like, man, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I didn't even consider that. That's probably true, Dale. And that's why I wanted to do this session so I can quit having these conversations, honestly. So I'm just going to cover a couple of things with you that are really worth considering and thinking about. Number one, the sale is going to be much more complicated. And 99% of the people that you're going to be joining you with this have no sales aptitude. And trying to teach them how to market this app or product, honestly, people that have no sales aptitude at all, and trying to teach them how to market or sell this product, this app, is going to be such a hassle, and it's not worth the buck commission that you're going to be making. You don't have time. Look, if they don't have the ability to sell it, you're not going to be able to, you can't take the time, energy, effort to try to teach them how to sell it when you're making $1 commission. Number two, which kind of is an extension of that concept, but daggone it, buddy. Get out your calculator. I mean, really, look at the program. Look at the commission pay. What percent of the very top promoters of Tapestri do you think will be making $1,000 a month? Honestly, I didn't say 10,000. I said 1,000. Because here's what I know. The larger goals people have, the more they respect their time. Who do you think are you really going to, are top promoters that really know what they're doing, really have large email lists, strong social media following, are they going to promote something when they get out their calculator and figure out what they have to do to make $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month? Some will, but most aren't. The other thing, this is the other thing, and I keep hearing this over and over. The cost to join, right now it's only $9.99, and you get a year's membership for one payment. You get a year's membership for one payment. Got to jump on this. And you see the people promoting it. That's the way they're promoting it. Listen, I don't care. I don't care if it's lifetime free. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. The fact that it's $9.99 for a year doesn't mean anything. It has no relationship to the opportunity that's being offered. Does that make sense? The fact that it's so cheap to join does not mean it's a good business. And again, people have this mentality. It blows my mind. The cost to join doesn't make the business more appealing to the right people. The lower the cost, the lower the quality of the entrepreneur. That's why if you go online and you see somebody, I'm looking for something to join that's free, or people are promoting 7 different programs from their MLM flea market that you can join for free. Do you really want to follow somebody like that? Is that somebody that really has long-term legacy, financial independence mindset? I mean, really? The words we use and the things we say are an indication of what we think, who we are, where our focus is, how much we manage or don't manage our time or respect our time. And again, the lower the cost of the opportunity, the business to join, the lower quality of the entrepreneur that you will attract. Fear. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, those that are uncomfortable or afraid to market and promote have fear regardless of the cost of the program or its upside potential. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what somebody else thinks. Fear is fear. The opportunity that it's connected to has nothing to do with the fact that the fear remains. The start is going to stop most people. And it doesn't, that period. Okay, because they've never been taught how to overcome it, how to deal with it, how to get down to fight, flight, or freeze. They've never been taught how to get into their mind and understand from a EQ standpoint what's really going on and deal with the fear. So it doesn't matter. You can be selling gold coins for pennies. And if people are afraid to market and promote, they're afraid to market and promote. Period. End of story. And some of you have been around this profession far too many years not to get that, not to really understand that. And to think, oh, but Dale, it's only $9.99 for the whole year. Therefore, it doesn't matter. Fear is fear. It doesn't remove fear. The price of the opportunity, the upside potential of the opportunity, nothing about the opportunity removes fear. And the last thing, I've mentioned it, but I'm going to talk about it again, credibility. I, like many of you, I could send an email tonight and enroll 200 plus people into Tapestri tonight. I could. And it would pay me what? $1 a person, $200 a month, over the next 90 days or so. And, that might grow to $500 a month, maybe more with the little check match thing they have going on. Okay, I could do that tonight. As many of you could. Then over time, if I'm not supporting the team, it would gradually dwindle away, maybe take a couple years, maybe 3 years. The company will probably be out of business before the income would totally dwindle away, but it would dwindle away. So the question for me is, why do that? And the real question for me, and the question I hope you'll ask yourself if you're considering this program and you're thinking about putting together a team, why would anybody do that? Why would anybody do that? And that's really how I want to end this session, and I'm hoping that some people will spend some thought here. I sincerely believe that question can be a real EQ, emotional intelligence paradigm shift for some people that are listening to this podcast. I know from building the APL Go North America launch team over the past year, I know, and people don't believe me when I say this, but some people know it's true. I honestly don't want 70% of the people I talk to. I don't want them. Please don't join me. I honestly don't want 70%. I get at a level that very few people understand that network marketing is no longer a business. It's not. It's just not. It's just a giant social club where people with leadership titles can get together and sing karaoke together on Friday night or online with each other or whatever. I mean, it's the blind leading the blind. It just is. It's not a business. It's not close to a business. And many times, network marketing is made up of just wonderful, loving, caring, supportive people. They really are. But so many of these people have absolutely no idea what it really takes to build a volunteer army and the amount of numbers that is required. So when I ask you, knowing that whatever you promote is going to eventually dwindle away because there is no timing, there is no upside potential, you aren't in front of a trend. I could go on and on and on. Why? But it's going to dwindle away. It's not going to continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. So the question is, why do that? And again, the real question is, why would anyone do that? Why would anyone do that? And I hope you'll spend some time and thought here because I think it will really help you now and in the future as you really get down to where the rubber hits the road, to thy own self be true. So, if you did join Tapestri, I would like for you to ask yourself why. What are the top 3 reasons? And really, it's if you join Tapestri, answering that question right now will really help you. I mean, pause the podcast for a minute and ask yourself, why did I join this company? Why did I join Tapestri? Because I think it will give you real insights into your mentality, your future, your goals, your dreams, what you're trying to build or not build. It will give you major insights into the person you are, maybe not the person you think you are. It will give you major insights into the person you are, maybe not the person you think you are. So what are the top 3 reasons? And please just pause the podcast and really take a minute and ask yourself that. Because I think there's going to be some breakthroughs here and a paradigm shift for a few of you that are listening to this. So what are your top 3 reasons? And don't go into all this blah, 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 data mining, Facebook makes this and Google makes that. Golly, please listen to yourself. Yes, data mining is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But so what? I mean, so what does that mean to you? Yes, companies like Facebook and Google have been mining our data for years. So what? Who gives a flying flip? Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world in which we live. It's the world in which we have lived for 15 years. Yeah, now people are acting like they're worried about their privacy and this and that and the other thing. And it's become a big buzzword, but it's not like it hadn't been evolving and happening for 15 years. I mean, surely you know what a retargeted ad is, don't you? Where do you think that information's coming from? I mean, come on. Come on. It's the world in which we live. Tapestri isn't going to stop this. They're not going to stop it. They're promoting it. So I'm offended that Facebook has done this. BS. BS. You're BS. BS. Tapestri ain't going to stop this. They're promoting it. But now I'm getting paid for my data. Well, how much are you getting paid? You don't have a friggin' clue. Is it $5? Is it $6.20? Is it the same every month? How many people do you have to recruit to get to $25? That's the real question that they're not telling nobody. Wake up. They're not going to, Tapestry's not stopping any of this. You know, and again, if we're talking about the future of data mining, and, you know, if we were talking about, hey, data mining's the future, it's the next big thing, we'll be able to sell this information, we can start collecting this, and if we were on the front end of this trend, obviously, you got my attention. You got my attention. We're on the front end. It hadn't been happening for 15 years. I can see how it will be the future, just like I knew bottled water was going to be the future. That's why I got involved in National Safety Associates. Yes, I knew that someday everybody would be supplementing their diet and taking vitamins and minerals. That's why I got involved in Shackley, in 1980 when there was yes, I understand getting in front of trends, my friend. I get it. That's not what we're doing here. You're so far behind the times. It's comical. It's laughable. And I just don't understand. I could at least understand the story that they were putting in the marketplace if we were ahead of it. But the industry's already approaching $1 trillion. $1 trillion. So again, network marketers just pull this crap out of the air that means nothing to nobody, and then trying to create some type of significant story around it. And people I always thought people with common sense could look right behind the curtain and say, nope, look at that. There ain't no wizard back there. There's no wizard back there. Look behind the curtain. It's just some little dude coming up with some kind of story. It's remarkable to me. So, it's $1 trillion. Yes, it is, but that means nothing. It means nothing to you, and don't let them pull the wool over your eyes like it does. It doesn't. Network marketing is full of wolves in sheep clothing all over the profession. And you better get smarter and smart enough to understand and recognize the difference between a true opportunity with true upside potential and something that's just smoke and mirrors. So I hope you take a minute and answer that question for yourself. What are your top 3 reasons? And I hope that after hearing what you've heard in this session, that you'll ask yourself again, do those reasons that you join still make business sense to you? Do they still make business sense to you? And remember, only a fool argues with facts. And I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm sincerely not. I'm trying to help you here. I'm trying to help you have a deeper level of understanding and EQ and looking behind the curtain. But do those business reasons, the three that you thought of earlier, do they still make business sense to you? And if they do, fine, sincerely. To thy own self be true. To thy own self be true. I understand emotional intelligence and self-understanding can only happen when people have the ability to be true with themselves. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people walking around on this planet that over the years have learned how to lie to themselves. And again, who they think they are and who they really are is two different people. And it's scary to me. It's unfortunate. It's sad, but it is what it is. So just real quickly, just to review the key points I've tried to communicate. And if somebody shared this session with you, they hope that you will be thinking about. I've had so many conversations on each one of these points, and I hope they'll just be true to yourself as what they mean for you and your future and your time, which is the most valuable asset that you have. Again, a wise person learns from their own mistakes. A really wise person learns from the mistakes of others. And I would ask you the most important question I've asked, and I'll ask it one last time, but is, have you given up on building financial independence and legacy income within the network marketing, the real network marketing business model? It's an important question. And if you're involved in Tapestri, and even if you're not, can you see that the sale is much more complicated to 99% of the people? It's like, I want you to download this I want you to download this app on your phone. Why? What's it do? It'll pay you $5 to $25 a month. Why will it do that? How much will it pay me? Is it $5? Is it $25? How much are they going to pay me? I'm concerned about privacy. I don't like to download apps that I don't know anything about. And it creates a whole stream of questions that people understand. Try this product, suck on it. It may help you feel better. Take this powder. It will help you lose weight. Try this skincare. It will help you remove lines from your eyes, so on and so forth. Okay, so you're creating a whole stream of questions that for $1 commission. Okay, again, building a team network, it's the same work. It's the same work. Does working for $1 really make sense? You know, one of the most powerful quotes I've heard in the last 20 years, I can't remember where I heard it, but it was at a seminar that I spoke at in Orlando. And I can't remember the speaker, but they said, you have to say no to a lot of good business ideas so you have time for the great business ideas. How strong is that? Man, how important is that everybody that's entrepreneur-minded gets that concept from their head to their heart? You have to say no to a lot of good business ideas, and I'm not even saying Tapestri is a good business idea, but if it was, you have to say no to a lot of good business ideas so you have time for the great ones. The next concept, the lower the cost to join, the lower the quality of the entrepreneur. The next one, those who live in a state of fear of marketing promotion always will have that fear, and it has nothing to do with the cost of the product or service. It's something most people never decide to conquer. See, I know fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what somebody else thinks can be reprogrammed. I've helped a lot of people reprogram their mind for success over the years. It's my favorite course that I have, programmingyourmind.com. And I know you can reprogram yourself. I personally did it. And I know it can be done, but I know it takes 15 minutes a day that most people are not willing to spend because they have a lottery mentality. They want to make, they have the money grab mentality. They don't want to reprogram their mind. So I know that it doesn't matter. We must act in accordance to our program, and it has nothing to do with the timing of the opportunity or anything else. And that there's a lot of people that hang around, they're business opportunity junkies, entrepreneurs who have unbelievable, great human characteristics. They're great people, but they're programmed with fear, and they never take the time to reprogram their mind for success, even though I know they can do it. Sad. It's sad that they never take the time to reprogram their mind. So you can be selling gold coins for pennies and they'll still find a way to be fearful to market and promote it. For those of you that have joined Tapestri, the purpose of this session was not to discourage you. In fact, I sincerely commend you on taking some kind of action, because the action takers are ultimately the money makers. The action takers are ultimately the business builders. And I hope you'll continue to take action and evaluate different opportunities. But I hope that you in the future, because of something you've heard on this session, that maybe you can evaluate with a clearer perspective. I hope you don't waste your precious time promoting this program after what we've discussed in this session. I hope you don't. Most of you, many of you will. I realize that some people choose to be upset with the messenger instead of dealing with the facts surrounding the message. That means you're going to be mad at me. And I get that. And again, I understand that, man. You talk about a quote, that's a quote. I understand that some people choose to be upset with the messenger instead of dealing with the facts surrounding the message. I get it. I'm used to it. So I just say that to say you can save sending me your hate email, telling me why stupid I am and how big how you're involved in $1 trillion industry and a bunch of other crap that doesn't matter, and how, I'm crazy for not promoting it and whatever. Just keep it to yourself. Honestly, it's like lint on my jacket, and it's a check mark against you, honestly, that will probably never leave. Honestly. And not that you care, that you even should care. You shouldn't. You shouldn't, but I don't care either. So let's just keep your opinion to yourself. You don't have to listen to this podcast anymore. Just forget it. You can turn it off now if you want to. But please just keep the hate mail to yourself. Myself and/or the person staring me back in the mirror understands the intent of this message. And if it brings value to one person, it's worth dealing with those that don't have the ability to look at life and business from a factual paradigm. It's my sincere hope that if you have a friend out there, you have friends that are promoting this program, that you will care enough about them to share this podcast session with them. And for sure, the next time somebody sends you a promotion about this flawed program, that you will share this session with them. If you did join Tapestri, I hope in the future you'll not make the same mistake. But I also hope that you don't develop such a skepticism. And I really, this means more to me than anything, that you don't develop such a skepticism that you're not able to look at the facts surrounding any opportunity and look at it based upon its own merit, not your emotions. Most people make emotional decisions and then they attempt to justify those decisions with facts that mean nothing. And that's true. That's the way most entrepreneurs, opportunity seekers operate. They wouldn't know real opportunity or getting in front of a trend. It's just thought that they have not put enough time, energy, effort, and thought into on their journey. They haven't. They've never thought enough about it. But anyway, I've got a training that may be very beneficial for you, if anything I've said has helped you or gotten your attention, and you do have the desire to really build something significant, I believe it'll be very beneficial for you. It's free. You don't even have to opt in. It's called Behind the MLM Curtain, 3 Secrets Nobody Will Ever Share with You. And they're 3 secrets that nobody will ever share with you. And you can find it online at MLMsuccess.com/3-secrets. So my hope for each one of you is that you'll thank the person that shared this podcast session with you. And before you attempt to find a new opportunity to promote, do yourself a big favor and check out the 3 Secrets training. Again, that's at MLMsuccess.com/3-secrets. I thank you for listening to this podcast session. I hope I'll be able to be back with you next week on another session. I know if I sound kind of burnt, mind fried, and not real strong, it's because that's really how I feel. It's just, this was much more effort than I can even try to communicate to you, but I'm glad we were able to get through it. I'm glad we were able to get this message into the marketplace. Please continue to keep me in your thoughts and prayers as I continue to get through this COVID brain fog. Especially keep Dawn and her family, her sisters, in your thoughts and prayers as they deal with the loss of her mom. We thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening. And this is Dale Calvert. We'll be talking to you again soon on another session of the MLMsuccess.com podcast.
If you haven't gone over to iTunes yet and rated and left this podcast a review, what are you waiting for? At Calvert Marketing Group, we want to spend our time on the projects that we know are providing the most value for our clients and customers. You leaving us a review and feedback on iTunes is something that helps us more than you realize. And more importantly, it helps others like you find us. So if you've not taken the time to rate this podcast, please go over to iTunes and do that for us now. It will only take a couple of minutes out of your busy schedule. Work harder on yourself than you do on your business, and we will be back next week with another inspiring success story, wisdom of the ages training, or answers to your questions.